because I feel like that is exactly what it is. It is gentle, it is certain, it is calm. Not in a rushing way, not in a forced way, but in a way that says this is already decided, this is already written. And the second part of this message, the part that I feel like so many of you needed to hear, is that they see you as the one, not as an option, not as something casual, but as the one. And I feel like that word carries a lot right now for a lot of you. Because I know some of you have been wondering, I know some of you have been asking yourself, do they really feel this way? Do they see me the way I see them? Do they feel what I feel, or am I the only one carrying this? And the cards today are saying, no, you are not the only one carrying this. They feel it too, and there is a confession coming. Something they've been holding back, something they haven't found the words for yet, and this reading is going to speak to that. So I feel like this reading is going to be a really important one because it is going to address all of that directly. It is going to speak to the connection, it is going to speak to how they truly see you, and to what they haven't said yet. I feel like for many of you, just reading that message alone, something in you already responded, something in you already felt it. That is not a coincidence, that is your intuition recognizing something real, and the cards are here to back that up today. So let's see what the cards are showing us, because the energy around this reading is already very strong. The first card that comes out for this connection right now is the Lovers card. Wow, I feel like the Lovers showing up here is not an accident. It is the universe being very direct about what this connection is. This card isn't here to talk about surface level attraction. It is here to speak to something far deeper than that. I feel like the Lovers is saying this is alignment, this is two people who are actually meant to cross paths. And they did. It is saying this isn't random, this isn't coincidence. This connection has a real reason and a real foundation behind it. What is also interesting is that this card is sitting in a very open and clear position. Nothing here is distorted or blocked. I feel like that tells us that at the core of this, the energy between you two is genuine, it is real, and it is clean. I feel like the universe is saying through this card, yes, this is real, and yes, you are right to have faith in this. Now the next card that comes through is the Two of Cups. I feel like this is so perfect for this message because the Two of Cups is literally about two people choosing each other. It is about mutual recognition. It is about two people looking at each other and something in them saying, yes, it is you. I feel like this person, they look at you, and something in them responds in a way that they can't fully explain even to themselves. They may not always say it out loud. They may not always show it in ways that are obvious or easy to read, but inside, they know. The Two of Cups is confirming that what you feel toward them, they feel it right back. It is mutual and it is very real. It is grounded. It is steady. And the cards are not letting that truth go unspoken in this reading today. Now I am also seeing the Ace of Cups come through underneath all of this. I feel like the Ace of Cups is bringing in this energy of a new emotional beginning, something that is about to open between you two. It is like this connection has been quietly building beneath the surface, and now it is reaching a point where it is ready to move forward. I feel like for a lot of you, there are shifts coming, meaningful ones, things that are going to start to make this feel very real. A moment, a message, a conversation that opens something up that has been waiting to be open for a while now between you. I feel like the Ace of Cups is saying a new chapter with this person is coming, and it is going to feel like something meant to be. The energy here is not uncertain. It is not hopeful in a desperate way. It is clear and it is grounded and it is steady. And I feel like the three cards together, the Lovers, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Cups are telling one story. They're saying this connection is real, this person sees you, and something new and meaningful is opening between you very soon. I feel like the cards are not guessing here. They're not giving you maybes. They're speaking with a clarity that is hard to ignore. Right now, the foundation of this reading is saying the connection is real, the feeling is mutual, and something is genuinely moving. Now let's move forward and see what is coming through. Now let's see what is coming through. Now we're on your side, and I feel like your energy in this reading is really tender and really honest. I feel like you have been carrying a lot around this connection, more than you've probably let on to anyone around you. Because on the outside you may seem fine, you may seem like you are handling this, but on the inside there is a lot going on. I feel like there is a part of you that has been so certain about this person, so sure, and yet you keep second guessing yourself. You keep asking yourself, am I reading too much into this? Am I feeling things that aren't really there? Am I wrong about this? And I feel like that second guessing, it doesn't come from a lack of intuition. It comes from wanting to protect yourself. Because this person matters to you, genuinely matters. And that is what makes it feel so much heavier when you are unsure. I feel like you've gotten to a point where you don't even want to hope too loudly because hoping feels vulnerable right now. Like if you hope and you are wrong, that is going to cost you something. So you've been holding it a little more quietly inside. But the cards are seeing you very clearly here. And what they're showing me about your energy is that your love is real. What you feel for this person is not confusion. It is not just attachment. It is something genuine and it runs really deep. I feel like the card that is coming through for you right now is the Star card. And wow, the Star after everything we've seen so far. I feel like this is significant. This is the universe speaking directly to you. The Star is a card of hope. Yes, but not naive hope. It is a grounded and faithful kind of hope. A hope that knows. I feel like this card is saying that even through the uncertainty, even through the moments where you've doubted, you haven't let go. And that holding on, that quiet faithfulness to what you feel. The cards are honoring that right now. I feel like the Star here is also saying your love for this person has been a light, even when you couldn't see it clearly yourself. Now, underneath the Star, I am seeing the Queen of Cups come through for you. I feel like the Queen of Cups is speaking to who you are in this connection, and it is speaking to your emotional depth. You are someone who feels things fully. You are someone who loves with a kind of sincerity that not everyone is capable of. I feel like this person has felt that about you. They felt the depth of what you bring, and it has affected them more than they've shown. The Queen of Cups is also saying that you have been incredibly patient in this, more patient than most people would be. You've held space for this connection even when it wasn't easy, even when it wasn't giving you everything you needed in return. And I feel like that patience, that emotional generosity, is something the cards are recognizing and saying it matters. It has not been in vain. Now, I am also seeing the Four of Cups come through, and I want to speak to this gently. I feel like the Four of Cups is showing me that there have been moments where you felt like pulling back, moments where you felt tired of waiting, tired of being the one who cares more, or at least feels like they care more. I feel like there have been moments where you've thought, maybe I should just let this go, maybe this isn't worth the emotional weight. But something has kept you here. Something has kept you from fully walking away. And I feel like that something is your intuition. Your intuition has been telling you, don't give up on this yet. There is more to this story. There is more coming through. And the cards today are affirming exactly that. There is more to this story, and the next part of it belongs to them. I feel like that is not weakness and it is not desperation. It is a kind of emotional strength that most people don't talk about. The cards are seeing that strength in you right now, and they are saying that thread you've been holding, it leads somewhere. I feel like your heart has known something all along that your mind kept trying to argue against. And today, the cards are siding with your heart. You are not wrong about this person. You are not projecting. You are not imagining something that isn't real. What you feel is valid. What you sense is real. And the energy you've been putting into this connection has not been wasted. I feel like there is also a real sense of longing in your energy right now, a deep desire to just be chosen by this person openly. Not behind the scenes, not in quiet moments that nobody sees, but chosen clearly, chosen out loud, chosen without hesitation. And I feel like the cards are saying that is coming. What you've been wanting from them is coming. Hold on just a little longer. Let's keep going and see what is here for you. Now let's go deeper and see what is underneath this. Now we're flipping to their side, and I feel like their energy is really interesting. There is a lot happening beneath the surface here. Because this person, they are not someone who makes themselves easy to read, and I feel like that has been part of the difficulty for you. They hold things close, they process things internally, and by the time something shows on the outside, they've already been through it 100 times inside. I feel like the first card that comes out on their side is the Knight of Swords. And I feel like the Knight of Swords here is telling me something very specific about how this person operates emotionally. This person moves fast in their mind, they think quickly, they process quickly, but when it comes to feelings, they put the brakes on. It is like their thoughts and their emotions are running at two completely different speeds. And that gap, I feel like that has been confusing for you. Because in their mind, they've already gone through this connection 1,000 times, they've already examined it, they've already decided. But emotionally, they haven't caught up to their own conclusion yet. Or maybe more accurately, they haven't said it out loud yet. I feel like this person knows exactly what you are to them. They've known for a while, but expressing it is where they get stuck. Now, underneath the Knight of Swords, I am seeing the Six of Swords come through. I feel like the Six of Swords is telling me that this person has been in a process of leaving something behind mentally. Maybe a past experience, maybe a fear, maybe a version of themselves that was more guarded and more closed off emotionally. I feel like they've been quietly moving away from that, quietly doing the internal work of becoming someone who can actually show up fully. And I feel like part of what has been keeping them from fully expressing what they feel for you is that they're still mid-crossing. They're not where they were, but they're not fully where they're going yet either. And that in-between space, it creates hesitation. But the Six of Swords is a card of forward movement. It is a card that says, the crossing is happening. The transition is real. I feel like this person is genuinely moving towards you, not running, not dramatically, but steadily and with real intention. Now I am also seeing the Eight of Pentacles come through on their side. I feel like this card is showing me that this person has been working on something quietly, putting in effort in a way that isn't always visible. Whether that is working on themselves, working on their situation, working on what they want their life to look like going forward. I feel like they've been getting their house in order in a sense, preparing themselves for something real, preparing for a level of commitment. And I feel like you are the reason that work feels meaningful to them, even if they haven't said that directly to you. Now, the card that really stands out to me on their side is the Hermit. And I feel like the Hermit here is so revealing because it shows me exactly why this person has been so quiet, so internal, so hard to reach. This person has been in a deep period of self-reflection, sitting with big questions about what they truly want and who they truly are. I feel like they've been asking themselves, am I ready for this? Do I deserve this? Can I actually be what this person needs? Not because they don't want you, but because they care enough about this connection that they don't want to come to it half ready. There is a fear underneath this. I feel like a fear of messing something up that they genuinely value and don't want to lose. And so they've been sitting with it, holding it close, thinking it through in that very characteristic way of theirs. I feel like the Hermit is also saying, though, that this period of solitude and reflection is coming to an end for them. The light in the Hermit is Lantern. I feel like that light has been you. You have been what they've been moving toward all along. And I feel like that shift, that tipping point where keeping it inside becomes harder than saying it, is exactly what the cards are seeing. They are getting closer to saying what they've been sitting with, closer to stepping out of the Hermit's cave and into the light. Something about the way you show up, the way you love, has been quietly dismantling their walls without you even realizing it. They've reached a point where the weight of keeping this inside is starting to feel heavier than the risk of speaking it out loud. And that shift, that tipping point, is exactly what the cards are picking up on right now in their energy. Let's keep moving and see what else is here. Now let's go ahead and continue. Now this part of the reading I feel like is the part a lot of you have been waiting for because this is about what they're about to do. This is about the action, the movement, the thing that is going to start shifting this connection from where it is to where it is going. And I feel like the first card that comes out here is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, I feel like this is so telling because this card is about an emotional message, a vulnerable reach, a heart opening up. I feel like this person is about to initiate something, not in a grand dramatic way, but in a quiet and personal kind of way. It might be a message that comes out of nowhere. It might be a conversation that they bring up unexpectedly. It might be a moment they create. But I feel like the Page of Cups is saying they are going to reach out emotionally. They are going to open a door that has been closed. And the reason they're going to do it now, the reason the timing is shifting, is because they can no longer hold it comfortably inside. I feel like they've been sitting on these feelings for long enough that the pressure has become too much, and something has to come out. The Page of Cups is a gentle card. It is a soft card. So I feel like this reach from them is going to come with a certain tenderness. It is not going to come with aggression or intensity. It is going to come in a way that feels genuine, that feels like it came from the heart. Now underneath this, I am seeing the Ace of Wands come through, and I feel like this is significant. The Ace of Wands is a card of new beginnings, yes, but specifically new beginnings that are ignited, that have fire behind them. I feel like once this person makes their move, once they open that door, things are going to shift very quickly between you two. It is like the Ace of Wands is saying there's a spark that has been waiting to catch, and it is about to ignite. It is about to ignite. I feel like for a lot of you, the pace of this connection is going to change dramatically once they take that first step. What has been slow and uncertain is going to start moving with a kind of energy and clarity that surprises even you. I feel like the Ace of Wands here is also speaking to a new phase, a genuinely new chapter that opens between you after this. Not the same dynamic, not the same push and pull, something new, something that has a real direction and a real foundation. Now I am also seeing the Three of Cups come through, and I feel like this card is beautiful in this position. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration, of connection, of two people finally being able to enjoy what they've built together. I feel like this card is showing me that on the other side of this person's move, there is a lightness coming for you both. A relief, a joy, a feeling of, okay, we finally got here. And I feel like that feeling has been a long time coming for a lot of you. The Three of Cups is also telling me that this connection, once it opens up fully, is going to bring a sense of celebration into your life. Not just emotionally, but in every sense, I feel like there is a happiness coming that is tied directly to this person stepping forward. Now what changes after they make their move, I feel like is everything in the best possible way. The dynamic shifts, the uncertainty lifts, and what has felt like a question for so long starts to feel like an answer. I feel like the cards are showing a version of this connection that is lighter, warmer, more open, more reciprocal than it has been. A version where you are no longer the only one holding the thread, because they are finally holding it with you. And I feel like that is what this reading has been building toward, that moment of them finally matching your energy openly. I feel like they've reached a point where staying silent about this costs them more than speaking it ever could. And I feel like for many of you, when that moment comes, you are going to feel it in your body before you even fully process it in your mind. Because your intuition has already been prepared for this, your heart has already been expecting it on some level. Even when you doubted, I feel like the shift that comes after they step forward is not just about this connection, it changes something in you too. It gives you a kind of peace that you've been missing, a confirmation that what you felt was never wrong, never too much, never in vain. I feel like the cards are saying very clearly the wait is almost over. The movement is already in motion. Things are changing now. What they are about to do is going to open something between you that has been waiting patiently and quietly for exactly this moment. Now let's go ahead and continue. All right, now let's get into it. Now this part, I feel like this is where it really gets deep because this is about what they've never said out loud. The confessions, the hidden feelings, the things that live in them quietly but have never made it to the surface yet. And I want you to receive this part gently because what is coming through here, I feel like it is going to land for a lot of you. The first card that comes out in this position is the Knight of Cups. And wow, the Knight of Cups here, I feel like this is everything because this card is about someone who is deeply romantic at their core. This person, beneath all that guardedness, beneath all that processing and overthinking, is someone who feels things very romantically. I feel like they think about you in ways they would never say out loud, in ways that would probably surprise you completely. They think about what it would be like to be with you fully, to not have to hold anything back, to just be open with you. I feel like one of their hidden confessions is that you already feel like home to them, and that has terrified them. Because feeling like someone is home before you've even fully let them in, that is a vulnerable thing. That is a scary thing to sit with. I feel like they've never told you that, never said, you feel like home to me. But that is genuinely what lives inside them. Now, I am also seeing the Lover's card come back through in this position, and I feel like that is so intentional. The Lover's showing up again here in the confession layer. I feel like it is saying they have already chosen you in their heart. Not tentatively, not as an option, but fully, the way the Lover's card speaks to it, as the one as a soul-level decision. I feel like their hidden truth is that this was never casual for them. It was never something they could just walk away from easily. Even in the moments when they pulled back, even in the moments when they went quiet, they never stopped choosing you internally. That is the confession that lives inside them. I chose you, I've been choosing you, I just haven't known how to say it. Now, when it comes to their physical feelings, I feel like the cards are showing something really tender and real here. I feel like this person has a deep physical awareness of you, a kind of pull that isn't just emotional. It is in their body too, when they're around you, or even when they think about you. There is a warmth that comes over them, a closeness they crave. I feel like they've thought about holding you, about what it would feel like to just be close to you without any walls between you. And I feel like that physical longing is part of what has been feeding the emotional urgency they've been feeling lately. It is not just that they love the idea of you, they want to be near you, they want the real version of this connection. Now, the emotional truth that the cards are bringing through here, I feel like is this: they are in love with you. Not developing feelings, not figuring it out, not somewhere in between. I feel like this person is genuinely in love with you. And the thing they've never said, the words that have been sitting in them for longer than you probably know, are something like this. I feel like they've wanted to say, I don't know how to explain what this is, but I know I don't want to lose it. I know I don't want to imagine my life without you in it. I know this is something I have to stop running from. I feel like there is also a confession around regret, around wishing they had said something sooner, moved sooner, been braver sooner. A quiet acknowledgement inside themselves that they've let time pass when they didn't have to, that they made you wait more than you deserved. I feel like they carry that even though they've never voiced it. They carry the awareness that you've been patient and that you deserved more. None of them made them feel the way you do, and I feel like they've known that for a long time without admitting it fully. The confession there is, I kept coming back to you in my mind. No matter what I tried, I kept coming back to you. I feel like what they've never said is also this, that you have changed them in ways they didn't see coming, that knowing you, even in the way they've known you so far, has shifted something in them that can't be shifted back. I feel like they are a different version of themselves because of you, a more open version, a more hopeful version, a softer version. And that, I feel like, is the deepest confession of all you got in, even when they were trying so hard to keep the walls up. Let's continue and see what the cards are showing. Okay, now let's see what is here. Now we're in the final part of this reading, and I feel like this is where everything comes together. This is where the cards give you the full picture, the near future, the advice, and the outcome. And I feel like all of it is pointing in a direction that I want you to hold on to. The first card that comes out for your near future is the Sunday card. And wow, the Sunday. I feel like you could not ask for a more clear and beautiful card to close out a reading like this. The Sunday is not a subtle card. It is not a maybe card. It is a card that says light is coming, warmth is coming, clarity is coming. I feel like in your near future, The fog that has been sitting over this connection is going to start to lift, and things are going to become clear. The questions that have been living in you, the uncertainty that has been weighing on you, I feel like answers are coming and they are good ones. The Sunday is also a card of joy, and I feel like there is a genuine happiness coming into your life that is connected to this person. Not a complicated happiness, not a conditional one, but a simple and warm and real kind of joy that you haven't fully felt in a while. I feel like for a lot of you, the near future holds a moment that makes everything that came before it make sense. A moment where you look back and understand why the timing was what it was, and why you had to wait as long as you did. Now, I am also seeing the World card come through for your outcome, and I feel like this is extraordinary. The World card is a card of completion, of fulfillment, of something coming full circle in the most beautiful way. I feel like the outcome of this connection, when you let it play out fully, is something that feels complete, something that feels whole. Not a half love, not a situationship, not something that keeps you guessing, but a full and real and reciprocated partnership. I feel like the world here is confirming what the whole reading has been building toward. This person is going to show up for you fully. And the outcome of that showing up, I feel like, is a connection that becomes one of the most significant things in your life. Now for the advice portion, I feel like the cards are bringing through the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is saying something very specific to you. She is saying, trust what you know, trust what you've always known. Because you've been right about this person from the beginning. Your intuition has never been wrong about them. The doubt has come from fear. It has come from experience. It has come from not wanting to be hurt, and that is understandable. But the High Priestess is saying, your inner knowing on this, it has been accurate, and it is time to trust it fully. She is also saying, don't force anything in the next little while. Don't push. Don't rush. Don't try to make things happen on your timeline. Because what is coming is already in motion. It is already on its way to you. And the best thing you can do is stay open and stay soft. Stay open to the reach when it comes. Stay soft enough to receive it without walls. Stay present enough to let it actually land. I feel like the High Priestess is also saying your worth in this situation has never been in question, not on the universe's level. You are someone who deserves to be chosen loudly, fully, without hesitation. And that is exactly what is moving toward you. Now, as I close out this reading, I feel like I just want to speak directly to you for a moment. You will end up with this person. The cards have said it clearly, and I feel like on some level you've always known that. They see you as the one, not as an option, not as a maybe, as the one. And they have a confession that is making its way to you. I feel like you are entering a season of your life where the love you've been so quietly and faithfully holding comes back to meet you. Where the patience pays off, where the faith is rewarded, where what you've been feeling finally gets spoken out loud by the person it belongs to. Because the cards have not been vague today. They have not been giving you maybes or possibilities. They've been giving you clarity. And I feel like clarity is exactly what you came here for. And I hope that is what you are leaving with today. This person loves you. They see you. They've been choosing you quietly, and they are about to start choosing you out loud. And I feel like when that happens, when they finally step forward and say what they've been holding, you are going to feel exactly how right this is. So trust it, receive it, and let yourself have this because you have more than earned it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Now we're in the final part of this reading, and I feel like this is where everything comes together. This is where the cards give you the full picture, the near future, the advice, and the outcome. And I feel like all of it is pointing in a direction that I want you to hold on to. The first card that comes out for your near future is the Sunday card. And wow, the Sunday. I feel like you could not ask for a more clear and beautiful card to close out a reading like this. The Sunday is not a subtle card. It is not a maybe card. It is a card that says light is coming, warmth is coming, clarity is coming. I feel like in your near future, the fog that has been sitting over this connection is going to start to lift, and things are going to become clear. The questions that have been living in you, the uncertainty that has been weighing on you, I feel like answers are coming and they are good ones. The Sunday is also a card of joy, and I feel like there is a genuine happiness coming into your life that is connected to this person. Not a complicated happiness, not a conditional one, but a simple and warm and real kind of joy that you haven't fully felt in a while. I feel like for a lot of you, the near future holds a moment that makes everything that came before it make sense. A moment where you look back and understand why the timing was what it was, and why you had to wait as long as you did. Now, I am also seeing the World card come through for your outcome, and I feel like this is extraordinary. The World card is a card of completion, of fulfillment, of something coming full circle in the most beautiful way. I feel like the outcome of this connection, when you let it play out fully, is something that feels complete, something that feels whole. Not a half love, not a situationship, not something that keeps you guessing, but a full and real and reciprocated partnership. I feel like the world here is confirming what the whole reading